Hey Wolfpack, how's it going? I am a few minutes behind schedule today because I have been running all over working on a really different project, and I forgot it was almost 1:30. So pop in, say hi. Hopefully technology will be on our side today. Day 3, maybe better. So we've had a funny week of, let's see, weird volume, even weirder volume, and a few other weird mishaps. So hopefully now we're going to be good. So today I have an interesting show for you. I'm going to, let me just click on here, make sure that we are, just a second. Hey, Michelle, Amy, Karina, I see you all rolling in. I'm just making sure that this is saved to our group because there were some really cool things in there that I want to share with you guys. So today, a couple of things. One, I have to show you what some of you have been sewing because it's incredible. I'm wearing my new wrap, although I was wearing a tank top, but I threw this on just to show you from the sew along. What do you think? So this is the shirt version, and I lengthened it 3 inches, remember? So my points came out a lot more. I think it's great. I love it. So if you didn't follow the sew along, we are going to be sewing another Shirley next week. You can join Fashion Sewing Club members. You get this for free, don't forget. So you probably want to join that if you're going to do the sew along because it's cheaper. And we're going to be sewing another top next week, which is the tank version. I did the long sleeve today, last week. And this would give you time to go back and watch the other episodes. Get your pattern. I'm shipping out all the ones that you wanted the tubes. Those are all shipping today. So then you'll be able to know what questions you want to ask. Oh, thanks, Deborah. Hey, Janet. So, okay, you're going to think I'm crazy, but today I'm going to show off some of your work, and don't ask. It's not a mask, but everywhere they're telling us now to wear masks as just people. So before I even get started, because I know we've had this discussion, there's arguments, there's a lot of feelings about this, but I'm going to tell you where I found this, and I'm going to show you how to make, now it doesn't match my outfit, but something to protect yourself. This is definitely not for medical workers. This will not prevent coronavirus. This will not prevent anything actually, but it will protect you from giving something to someone else, hopefully. And also it might protect if somebody's sneezing around you. So I got this idea because when we go fishing, I always wear this tight thing around my neck and then I can pull it up. It blocks the wind, right? So I was talking to Wynn the other day and I said, okay, there's no filters. There's, they're saying that a heavy cotton, a tight weave is better, or a t-shirt knit. Okay, well, I don't have any quilting cotton around here. I have muslin fabric, which is just the plain. But by the time I dyed it and did all the other stuff, I'd probably kill myself from all of the chemicals. So I thought, what about a knit? And I'm going to show you how to do this, but I'm turning it into a wrap. Now it says it has to be tight on your face. When you pull it off, you don't want the outside to get on your face. Now I've gotten all of this off of the government website, right? So what about this? Now I'm going to do this looser because I don't want to lose all my lipstick. But my thought is to have a filter in here and wrap it all the way around. Wrap it all the way around because then I can just wear it. And then when I go somewhere, I can lift it up and just tighten it. Now I'm doing this really loosely because I don't want to mess up all my lipstick. I know. But I'm not outside, I'm with you. But I wanted to have a filter. Otherwise, it's pointless, right? So I'm going to show you my idea. And you can play along or just get a good laugh on this. But this is a furnace filter. All right? So this was Wynn's idea. I can't take credit. I said there's no filters. And they've mentioned using coffee filters. Yeah. But that's only like part of your face. And so if I do this, I want a filter that's going to go about this wide. So if I lift it up, it will cover, and if I lift it down, I want it soft, right? So I'm going to show you how I did this, but I'm just giving you a little preview. Yeah, this is not for kids to play with because these are sharp, but I ripped out this, and this feels like the exact filters that they're using for the masks. So I bought a really good quality filter, one that has, it's allergy proof, dust proof, all those things. and I pulled out a part. And also I thought, this would be a really fast way to make masks as well because it's already crunched, but that's not what I'm doing. I want a wrap that I can wear around my neck because I will never remember to grab this. And also I can throw it in the wash and I can keep changing the filter. So I will show you how I do this. I'm going to do the whole project with you today. And does the filter have fiberglass in it? Well, I better check that, Linda. So Win went through and suggested this, and then he also bought a whole batch of coffee filters. So I haven't decided which one I'm going to use yet, but hey, Mom. This is, so I used a knit, but you could also use a t-shirt, by the way. And I'll show you how I'm sewing it. It's basically going to be a tube and can wrap around. Now, I also am going to make one that's just a tight tube to go over my face. I wasn't going to wear that today, but you have to be careful taking it off, though. So I would probably take it off from the back and then throw it in the wash. So many things, right? So many things. Hey, Susie, you just made some masks for your family with an insert for filters. Yeah, and that's cut from the air conditioner filter. I think that's great minds think alike, Susie. Great minds think alike. But I will check for fiberglass, Kelly. I will definitely. I think Win was talking about that too. Oh, I got to look for all that stuff. Okay, so if any of that has that, what about coffee filters? Does that have that? I don't know. I'm going to have to check it. All right, let me see if it's not like this is like a food label. I'll have to go online and search. But if it had asbestos in it, would you really want that in your house as a filter anyway? I would think not. So I chose the brand of the same brand that's making all the filters. So I'll do some more research, but I'll show you how I make this, and then we'll work on the filter later. But this is new because a lot of my friends have been asking for these, and I'm thinking I'm not making masks. Everybody's making masks. But I didn't because I didn't have the fabric or anything to do the one that the government wanted for medical workers. And that's very precise. So I kind of just didn't pay attention. Now they're asking all of us to do it. So I'm going to have to come up with something, right? Everyone says coffee filters are good. Oh, blue shop towels. Oh, I have a ton of those. Great idea, Leslie. So before I go to this, I have to show off a couple of your gorgeous outfits. Let me bring this up. By the way, a lot of you have been following along on the Brother Sews page. And every day we've been doing some form of a live session there. It's been a lot of fun. We have some really fun projects coming up for you. So hopefully it gets your creative juice going. But if you missed this week's, yesterday May was on and she was sewing on paper. And I have to tell you, I tried it. It's so much fun. And I laughed when a couple people were like, why on earth would you even do that? Because it was cute. It adds it's just kind of fun. All right, so I'm going to just pull up Facebook real quick. And I have to tell you, somebody made a jacket that's just gorgeous. So let me just find it and I'll share my page. Uh, 3M says no because of glass shards. Hey, Pam, is that for all filters or specific ones? I'm just curious. Because I'm curious as well as you guys are. But don't worry, I bought a whole thing of coffee filters, and the way that I've designed this scarf, either one could work. Okay, Phyllis. Let me share my page here. Phyllis, you get the big wowzer for the coolest fabric for your jacket. Check this out. Look at that piping. Look at the inside, a zippered lining. Phyllis, you blew this one out of the park. This is awesome. Gorgeous. She added some buttons. She even did it kind of a diagonal. I mean, you have everything on here. You did so many different things on this detail that I'm just shocked. I mean, I'm not shocked. I'm shocked as in gorgeous shocked, right? Beautiful. And I love this zipper. I'm reading some of your comments. You guys are giving me a lot of good ideas. Vacuum cleaner bags. So see, there are other things. 3M just made a general statement. So I'm definitely going to go read that, Pam, because I want to make sure I'm using the right thing. There you are, Phyllis. Kudos. This thing rocked it out of the park. Super, super cool. All right, and I think there was, oh, this is what Facebook has now for Brother. This is the new, the show that we're doing on Brother Sews at your side virtually every day, pretty much. And that's their comments on there. And then I showed you some of these last week. Deborah is wearing the top. And then I thought there was one. Let me just take my screen off for a second. Janet, you made another one too, didn't you? Oh, here's the photo. This was the other photo I wanted to bring up. All right, girls, I think this was officially the first time I met any of you. That was a long time ago. And you know how I know that? Because I know that skirt I'm wearing, I haven't worn that for probably since I met you. It's my fringe skirt, which I used to wear all the time. I'm not sure that it fits anymore, but we won't go there, right? So this was a great picture. Oh, and I didn't even notice Cindy in the background. That's even funnier. Oh, gosh. I agree. Oh, yeah, Donna, I'm not going to use stabilizer on there or glue or anything like that. So, okay, and then there was one more photo up here. Let me see if I can find it. We have too many groups going on, right? This is in the Fashion Sewing Club group. Here we go. Karen, this is super cute. Let me bring this up. Karen Hansen made this. I think I have this fabric. I mean, I'm almost positive I have this fabric. I just love it. So this is the Shirley. And let's see, I think there was another photo here somewhere. All right. Janet, where on earth is your top? She made an orange one and it was so cute and I cannot find it. Oh, well, I'll find it here shortly. Oh, here was another jacket. This was Darlene's. Darlene, this fabric looks so great. You said, what can you do with an ugly brown material? I have to tell you, that is a great looking jacket. Super, super great job. It looks like you just bought it right out of a boutique. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Sylvia. So welcome to all of the new Wolfpack members that are rolling in. If you've never been to the show before, I didn't even say this, say where you're from, because you never know. Your neighbor might be, well, your neighbor's probably sitting at home right now, maybe sewing right next to you. We're all watching together, right? I agree. Beautiful. Okay. So let me show you the pattern and then we can talk about filters later. I'm going to go through your tips and I'm also going to go read that report from 3M because like I said, this has not been a high priority for me. I was more focusing on making sure that the people for the government, for all of the people that are protecting us, the doctors and stuff, there's specific things that they need for their masks. And I didn't have that, nor do I have it now. But now that they're asking all of us to wear something, and I even the other day when I went out, it's allergy season. I'm telling you, I sneeze. If I sneeze in a grocery store or out, I'll probably get, well, I think I heard some lady at Costco got punched in the nose, which is ridiculous, right? If it's allergies, but you don't know. So if I could wrap my face, then at least I could protect if I'm sneezing or somebody sneezes on me, hopefully, right? I can't believe we even have to talk about this, but I'll meet you over at the camera. I'm going to show you my pattern. All right. Let's see, make sure I got the right one. Here we go. All right. So here I have, this is my knit fabric. You've seen me make ruche tees and all I did was cut it from edge to edge. So it's about 58 inches wide. Let me just lay this flat for you. Okay, and I made this 24 inches, about 24 inches long. So all the way across the fabric, which is 58 by 24. I guess that'd be the width, would be the 24. And I don't have my rotary cutter here, so I'm just going to use my scissors for now. And yes, my wonderful Kai scissors. And what I'm doing first is just cutting off the selvage of this knit. Now you could use a t-shirt too, by the way. A t-shirt would be great because because this is the part that always makes this knot lay flat. And then I'm going to cut off this part too. There you go. And also I marked the center with a little notch right here. Can you see that notch? Left that at the center. All right, now I have this piece here. I'm just going to slide this out of the way for a minute. Now I kind of cheated. I already sewed part of this. This is still a knit. And I just folded over each raw edge. Kind of messy, but I was in a hurry. I folded over each edge and I just ran a chain stitch down. You could also use a triple stitch or a zigzag stitch, but it's a knit, so it stretches. See the chain stitch? Okay. So if this is actually, I need the wrong side of the fabric. Where did my little notch go? The notch is, here it is. Thanks. Okay, there's the notch. So this is the wrong side of the fabric. My filter, whatever I decide to use, I'm going to do some more research on that, by the way, because it would be bad to use a furnace filter if that's not what 3M is recommending. I'll go back to the coffee filter idea, which I have plenty of. These are the two edges that are finished. And I'm going to just place this way because then the filter will be able to just slide right in. So the first thing I need to do is to finish this bottom edge. And then up here, this is just going to attach to the scarf. So I'm going to fold this in half. So I have right sides together. Oh, you want to know how wide this is? I'm sorry. This is about 8 inches by 18 inches. Okay? 18 by 8. Yeah. So this is going to be attached at the top, if you can see that. And I just want to stitch along here. So I'll meet you at the sewing machine. Okay. Now, for now, I'm going to use just a zigzag stitch. I would probably do this on my serger, but I know that all of you don't have sergers, so I'm just going to do this on my sewing machine. There you go. And I'm going to pick a zigzag stitch with a stitch width of 2 and a length of 1.8. A stitch width of 1.5 we'll go with. All right. Do I have it threaded? You never know about me. And I'm just going to back stitch and I'm going to change the length to about a 3.0. And I'm using contrasting threads so you can see this. And again, if you had a serger, run this through the serger, it'd be so much fast. Well, it's not, I wouldn't say faster because this machine's pretty fast, but it would finish the edges at the same time. So there is my edge, and I'm going to turn this right side out. You could give it a pressing if you want, but I'm just going to leave it. And now I'll meet you back at the fabric. Okay, so this is the bottom edge that's finished. This is going to be connected to the top. Let's make sure I got this. This will be connected inside the scarf, inside of it. And this will be hanging loose in there. So I can just stick a filter of whatever I decide to stick in there. And then that way I can keep removing it every time I wash it. All right, so here is my wrap scarf. There's my center notch. And I'm just going to line this up. I'm just going to trim that so it's a little bit more even. Yes, these are my Kais. If you missed the interview last week with Jeff, that was great. A lot of great products he has. Okay, so I'm just basically centering this with the center notch. So I folded the whole piece of fabric in half, which was about 50 inches long, 58 inches wide, folded in half, and this is the center. Now I'm going to go base this together. Meet you at the sewing machine. Hey, thanks, Donna. I see that. So for now, I'm just going to make a face wrap and I'll do more research on the filters. All right, guys? Don't worry. I'm not going to do anything crazy to myself or give this to anybody else crazy. But at least my face will be wrapped during allergy season when I sneeze like crazy. All right, so I'm just going to, you know what, I think I'm just going to run a basting stitch. So straight stitch, stitch length of 5.0. So this is, let me make sure I did this right. Yeah, so this is on the inside. This will be on the inside of my wrap. And then you'll be able to slide filter or whatever you have to put in there. But it's also 3 layers right in front of your mouth, which is kind of nice. So now I'm going to, let's see, with right sides together. I think, you know what, I have to pin this on the table. I'll meet you back at the table. Not enough room, right? Okay, so this is the right side of the fabric. I'm just going to fold this in half along the, this is along the short side. So this is the long end. So this is how wide it will be around my face. All right, let's just make sure that this is even all the way across. Now this would be very, very, very easy to do with the serger. All right, where did my pins go? Here we go. So, by the way, I have a surprise for you next week. And starting next week, I'm going to, we did this a long time ago where we would have call-ins where you guys could call in, say hi to all of your friends here, all the wolf pack. But you know, a lot of you do some really interesting things, and I fish for one, and some of you have other things that you like to do. So we're going to start featuring some of the wolf pack. And if you'd like to come on the show or if you'd like to call in, let me know next week. Peg is going to be joining us. You know Peg. Peg, I always say, the pilot. So she's going to be joining us next week, and you might enjoy that. If you would like to be featured, all you have to do is send me a message, and I will add you to the list. And it doesn't have to be totally sewing related. We all know each other from sewing, but if you have something you want to share with us or anything like that, just to get to know each other a little bit more. All right, so I pinned this all the way across the top. Now I want to show you what I'm going to do to the ends. Because I want this to be, I mean, I could just leave it straight at the end, by the way. I could leave this. I think I pinned this a little bit off, but you know what? I'm just going to make it work for now. I could leave this straight and finish that edge. I'm going to leave a little hole at one of these ends just so I can, you're basically sewing an entire tube and then you're going to turn it inside out. But when I'm finished, I was thinking at the ends, it would be much cuter to go like this. And I'm just going to hack it. To have more of like a point, like that. I think that'll look much better at the end. So let me bring the other end up, and this is how I match my corners. If I'm doing something crazy like this and I want them to match. I think I just saw somebody ask what I did with all of those jars of mayonnaise. Yeah, so if you didn't watch last week's show with May, we were joking about food, and I said that I have enough mayonnaise accidentally to last a very long time. Well, guess what? I made an egg salad sandwich. Yes, you guys gave me so many good recipes. So these are the 2 tips. These are the ends. So when I sew this, I'll just leave a little section open. I'll probably start here, go all the way to the other end and stop here. Then I can turn it right side out. All right, meet you at the sewing machine. On the way to the sewing machine, I have to take a cup of tea. Let me just see. I'm watching you guys. It was 1 layer of cotton and 1 layer of lining, or 2 layers of cotton, LOL. No, you don't wash coffee filters. Oh, I'm reading your guys' comments. So this is going to be 3 layers of cotton. This is a rayon knit is what it is. So this will actually be 3 layers right over your face. And you can imagine, now this is inside out, but I'm just going to show this. So this will be on the inside. So I've got 2 layers. Actually, I have 4 layers right here. If my sneeze gets through that, I better stay home in the first place, right? How long are those pins? Kelly, did they look long in the camera? They're just like, they look like 2-inch. They're silk. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Darlene, will it be hot under this wrap? So here, this is why I thought of this. I don't think that I could tolerate wearing a mask for even 2 minutes. First off, my face breaks out so easily that if I was breathing in this, even if it was supposedly breathable, I would have like a whole chain. You know, like I used, no offense to my little brother, when he was a kid, he used to always lick his lips. I won't tell you which brother, so then if my other brother's watching, he won't. But he was so cute, and he'd always have like that big chap thing. You know what I'm talking about? Well, that would be me. And I'm not making fun, by the way. I'm just being honest. I would have like this whole mess, which is why I'm staying home and not going out. But eventually, I'm going to have to go to the grocery store and get a few more things if we're stuck like this. And at least this will protect my face. I can throw it in the wash every single time. I actually started to make 3 of these. I have 3 cut out in different colors. And that way, just number one, out of respect for other people, if I'm sneezing because it's allergy season, this is a lot of layers. And it's rayon. So to answer your question is hopefully it won't be too warm. I mean, I'm hoping. Rayon's usually pretty breathable. All my rayon tops I can wear in the heat of Florida, and it's breathable. I don't sweat. If it was polyester, ooh, then you might be a little warm. And if it was cotton, you could use a cotton knit too. I just don't have any. I'm going through my stash, whatever I have. So when they said to use a really good quality quilter's cotton, I was like, well, that ain't going to cut it. It's the only fabric I don't have. I guess I have to start that, right? I have to start a new hobby. I'm just, hey, Paulette. Hey, Michelle, you're learning to love your serger. That's fabulous. I'm reading your comments, and then I'm going to go to the sewing machine. Hello. We've got the whole world around here, don't we? I'm going to start a new fashion trend. I don't know about that, but at least when I'm sneezing all over the map, people won't be going crazy. Okay, Leslie, what do you want to know? Which machine, in your opinion, in all your years, all my years, I'm not that old, Leslie, is the best sewing and embroidery combo? Well, Leslie, I'm a little biased because I've been a brand ambassador for Brother for 10 years. So those are the only machines I use, but I love them. They're easy, easy, easy to use. It really depends on your budget. So how much do you want to spend? I could tell you which one would be a combo. And you could message me privately too. So it really depends how much you want to spend. The other thing you want to keep in mind is some people I've noticed have started buying, they have the sewing and embroidery combo, but they find out they're embroidering all the time. That's what happened to me when I started embroidering, which I started back on the Quattro of the Brother. Then they came out with the Dream Machine, which I loved. Now I'm using the Stellaire and the Luminaire. And I end up using both of them for embroidery so much that I hardly sew on them. I mean, you have to sew on them eventually. But so you might want to consider, depending on how much embroidery you're going to do, getting a standalone embroidery machine. I mean, they have some of you can buy just a regular machine that's just standalone embroidery, but you can also maybe get like the 6 needle or something because it sure gets that stuff done quickly. And the prices aren't too bad on those. You can always try, you know, you might want to call one of your local dealers too, if they have a used machine that came in. And some of you asked me the other day that somebody needed their machine fixed and somebody else, we were just chatting about machines. I'm not a dealer, by the way, but I am a brand representative for Brother, for full disclosure. But if you have a dealer near you, they're doing curbside, like pick up, drop off, kind of like just happened yesterday at Best Buy. I needed a cord. I sat in the parking lot, ordered it, and they walked it out to my car, which is pretty cool. So, keep that in mind. And if they have a used machine or something like that, I've bought in the past, before I ever worked with Brother, I think all of my machines were floor models because I wanted higher end machines and they're pretty expensive. So if I ordered the floor model, it's kind of like buying a car that has 10,000 miles on it, right? So, and a lot of times the warranty is still there. All right. So, and I see Diane's talking about she used serge ties for a mask. I have an idea for you on that. So, and there was one more question. Does it have to have stretch cotton? Karen, it doesn't have to have stretch. I just wanted stretch, and I'll show you why as soon as I'm done with this part, because you want it tight against your face. So if it has a light stretch, it's almost like just tying a bow out of elastic, kind of like that. All right, I'll meet you at the sewing machine. Let's finish this wrap up. Okay, now you could do this in the serger, but I'm just going to do it on the sewing machine because it just is conveniently set up, right? All right, I'm just going to leave the bottom part open here because this is the part, well, you have a choice. You could leave a different inconspicuous hole open through here if you want, maybe like up around here that'll be towards the back. So let's do that. I'll start at the end. I'm going to go back to the zigzag stitch. I'm probably going to go back and run this through the serger, but I thought you'd be able to see this better. 1.5 width and 3.0 length. I can feel that the bottom edge is a little bit, it's not even, so just bear with me because I'm usually reading your comments while I'm sewing. Multitasking at the best. All right, I'm just going to stop there. I can tell that this is uneven, and I'll go back and trim. But this is going to give you kind of an idea. This is very messy sewing right now, but bear with me. So I saw a few more of you talking about your serger. Did you know that Blueprint right now, I think until the 9th, which is what, tomorrow? Or is that today? I can hardly remember what day it is anyways, but you can watch the classes at Blueprint for free, and I have 2 on serging that you might want to binge watch while you get the free one. I just realized something. Did any of you notice that if I do this way, this is going to be inside? I put it on the wrong side. Oh my word. This should be on the inside with the right side because then it will flip over. All right. Seam ripper, anyone? Okay, so I have to ask, did anyone notice that? Or were you all telling me and I wasn't paying any attention? Okay, thankfully, I used a basting stitch for the first part. So let me just grab my seam ripper. And I'm just going to quickly rip that out. I didn't get too far on it, right? Which is good. But I cannot believe I didn't notice that. I thought it looked a little bit odd. If I turn it right side out, it's not going to fit. Okay. We're just about there. I guess it's probably a good thing I didn't run it through the serger yet, right? All right, so I'll take you back to the table so you don't get confused on this, of what I just did. So here is the inside, remember? So I can't have this on the inside, or when I flip this over, this is going to be on the wrong side. So I've already ripped it out. That's called speed ripping. I can see. I agree. You guys thought I never rip things out. Not true, not true. And thankfully, I just basted this. Although we have that new seam ripper from Kai that will rip this out like crazy fast. All right, so let's do this. I'm just going to take this off and slide this inside. So remember, the right sides are together in there. Take two. So I was reading your comments from the weekend, by the way. And yes, you saw me playing the piano, which I love playing the piano. I've played it since I was a kid. I started on the organ and then played piano ever since. And that piano was actually a gift from Wynn years ago. Best gift ever. And so I started playing again. And no, you're not going to get a concert anytime soon because I'm a little rusty. So I'm just curious. I asked some of you what other hidden talents you have besides sewing, and are you picking any of them up during this whole stay-at-home period? Okay, so now this is inside. Got it? Are we all on the same page now? And I'll just go finish sewing this. This was supposed to be the fastest scarf ever, which is now the longest. All right, got it? Back to the sewing machine. Take two. Yeah, there is one side of the pocket open, Janet. I'll show it to you. That part I did get right. I don't know, maybe I didn't. We'll have to find out here in a minute. Hey, Janet, where is that photo of your top? I couldn't find it anywhere. That cute, is like an orange. You beat everyone making the Shirley, so maybe it was further down in the feed. Okay, so just for the record, we left this little opening way down at that other end, which I can either hand stitch closed, or if I decide to do top stitching, I haven't decided yet. This would be really pretty if I embroidered the whole thing. Wouldn't that be cool? But for now, I just need something to wear over my face in case I sneeze. And nope, you don't need a pattern for this. I just showed you it. It's one strip of fabric cut from selvage to selvage. I don't remember the measurements right now. We just did that. And on down. And I am really making this messy, but the edges aren't even. So now I'm going to go back to the cutting table. And let's just tidy this thing up a little bit because this is a little bit too messy for me. But I could feel that the edges weren't correct, like the same. So now I'm just going to go trim. What are you guys doing for Easter, by the way? For those of you that celebrated, I guess you'll be watching church on TV and having Zoom dinners with your family from all over. That seems to be a big trend right now. I use Google Duo, but I think so far we've only had one family on at a time. So it'd be fun to have all of us together. So we've got a big family. Yeah, somebody suggested the other day that we should do a Zoom meeting with the Fashion Sewing Club so everybody could show up on video. And you know what? I think that's a great idea. So Fashion Sewing Club members, you better watch out for this in the next couple of weeks. Next week, we're sewing the Shirley again, and then we have a live Q&A. And then I think we need to set up a Zoom meeting so everybody can see each other and have a nice... Well, it's kind of fun when you get to hear other people's voices. And I know you all nod at me all the time, but now I can nod at you too. All right, so you can see the stitch. The stitch is not messy. It's a zigzag stitch. And the reason I did that is because it's a knit. Again, if you have a serger, definitely run this through the serger. But see what happens is it'll stretch. So when I stretch it around my face, it won't pop. Okay, let's see. Where's the hole? Reach my hand in here. Make the hole big enough that you're not like trying to cram out all of this in one little section. All right, there's another. Just going to use my hand to push that point out at the bottom. Yay, here it is. It's on the right side. So this is the inside. Now I might still go back and maybe run a cover stitch on the outside. So that will keep the filter. So this is the inside. This is the center. This is where I'll put my filter, whatever I find out that it should be the best to use, you know, so I don't want to get sick or anything. And then I can slide a filter in and out. And a filter isn't going to move around in here. So there's no sense in closing this off. It'll just go in and stay that way. So I'll go back after our show today. Give this a good pressing. I will probably add some cover stitch, maybe. I don't know. And then this part here, if I do the cover stitch from the outside, I'll just fold that in, press it. And when I do the cover stitch, from the right side of the fabric, it will close that hole. Pretty easy, don't you think? All right, so what do you think? This is the inside, this is the outside, and then I can wrap it. Here goes the lipstick. I can hold it here, wrap it, and I can keep it tight on my nose, which I'm not going to do because I'll mess up my lipstick. And then you can tie it in the front or just wrap it. And then when you're in the car, you drop it down and you're good to go. So I have a comfy face wrap. Again, this is not anything of what the government has asked us to do. It will not protect you from the virus. It's just protecting you from me sneezing on you. That's it. Or you sneezing on me. Got it? Fun, isn't it? So I think I need one in every color, at least for a while. And you know what the other part is? In the summer, when we're on the boat fishing, a lot of times I have to wrap my face from the wind. I get that windburn. So this is going to be a fishing wrap too. I won't need a filter in the summer for fishing, but I still have the extra layers over my face. So I think I just came up with something that's going to be fabulous way after this virus is gone, which hopefully is soon. All right. Did you read my comment? Let me read. Hold on. What did you say, Pam? Did you read my comment about woven? Oh, Pam, I'll go back and read that. Again, this is not anything for medical, okay? Zippo, Zippo, Zippo. This is just to protect myself from sneezing on you. So this is absolutely no medical basis whatsoever, okay? And I will go back and read your comments. I've been following all of the government things anyways. I have not read the new 3M thing though, which I will. All right. Oh, yes, there's replays. I'll check that, Irene. Yeah. You guys are all talking about working out now. So I jokingly told you last week about the gym in my basement, which, yes, thankfully, I have been able to work out. But now it's getting nice, so might have to go for outside walks. Of course, not going near anyone. Oh, Glenda, that would be good for when there's a lot of dust. I can think of one time when I went to Phoenix, it was kind of like that. All right, so tell me what else you guys are working on. That was my big tutorial for the day. Arnell needs a purple one. If you can blow air through it, it's not protecting you from a sneeze. You're not going to be blowing air through that fabric there, Mary. Not at all, especially if I put a coffee filter in there. You're pretty much 4 layers of fabric. Yes, and it's soft against your face. All right, so I'm reading what you're doing for Easter. Think of all the money you'll save on lipstick. Well, we're already with the no hair thing, right? Yeah, I agree. So I'm just reading a couple of you. Oh, that's what I have, Judy, is the office supply coffee filters. Because we, I don't know how Wynn got those. Maybe from one of his jobs. I don't know. I will let you know what I end up using for a filter. The coffee filter, I know I have. I know that that has been okay and recommended decently. So I'll probably start with that until I do some more research into this whole filter. But I thought it was a good idea, but I have to go check because if it has any of those chemicals you guys were talking about, I'm out of there. But at least I have a face wrap. Okay, so this is your schedule for the week. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock is a live show on Brother. I cannot remember. I think it's with Emily doing something for the kitchen. I can't remember what she was doing. Maybe zippered bags. Laura is going to be coming on there doing something as well. And also next week is Refashion Week. So Laura Pfeiffer and I are working on something really fun where we start with a project and refashion it so you can follow along throughout the week. So just something exciting. If there's any tutorials you want to see or things like that, be sure to let me know because we're going to be doing this for a while. There's nothing else to do, right? Friday, there will be no live show. I wish you all that celebrate a Holy Friday, Holy Weekend, Happy Easter, and I will be back. Let's see, Saturday, there will still be It's So Easy episodes for you. And then Monday, we will be back on Brother Sews. So I'll try to keep that schedule, and I'm trying to post these videos in our Angela Wolf Patterns group, just so you can, kind of keep track. You can always go back and watch the replays. So those are always there. And I think next week for Fashion Sewing Club, April 13th, we have a Q&A. So a live Q&A, and then Shirley Sew Along Part 2 will begin. You'll have your fabric by then. So a little bit of cleanup. You guys asked for this. I figured out how to do it. I just got the tube, so let me show you. This, some of you had wanted the Shirley, since we can't do printed patterns right now as far as the booklet. Long story, but you all know. Some of you asked for the entire pattern rolled and put in a tube. Got the tubes, they fit perfect. I put it on the website. So if you go to angelawolfpatterns.com, if you look under PDF printing, now coupons do not work with the PDF printing, by the way, because this is just the cost of printing these. If you want it by the roll, it's a separate place to order because the shipping's a little bit different. The shipping wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's 36 inches long, so sometimes that can get kind of crazy. But if you go in there, you can order it that way. This is just for the Shirley pattern right now. But if you have other PDF patterns that you want rolled like this, you can just message me. So that's that. And those are shipping today. So if you asked for a tube, be sure you message me or you go in there and order it, and then I'll refund your other order if you had already ordered. All right? Okay. I'm reading the hey, thanks, Leslie. This is my Shirley top. I love this color. It makes me feel like spring. Glenda, oh, Cindy was on. I wonder if she was on her own page and it didn't get transferred to Brother. Thanks for letting me know. But she was on yesterday. If you go to Cindy's page, you can watch the replay. Happy Easter, Kay. I hope you all have a happy Easter. So if you don't have anything else for me, I'm going to wish you all a fabulous weekend. I'll see you online somewhere, and I'll definitely see you next week. All right. So that's a wrap for the day, guys. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget, next week, we are going to start featuring some of the Wolf Pack. So if you would like to be featured on the show live, or if you'd like to call in, all you have to do is message me. And next week is Peg. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I see more questions. There was like a lull. Here's some more questions. Sandy, what is the cost of PDF printed pattern? It depends. You got to go to the website. I think it's like for the Shirley, it's like $6 or something like that. And then for shipping. So that's the part that is kind of stinky, but what are you going to do? You're welcome, Dina. Oh, thanks, Patty. This is one of my favorite colors. Oh, Well, thanks for letting me know, Patricia. Oh, and by the way, I think somebody might, the Fashion Sewing Club, you guys, I give you discounts to everything. So just so you know that the discount I give you is to Angela Wolf Patterns, to my website. It doesn't cover Brother products, but nice try. That would be great if they did, wouldn't it? Bye, Vicki. And happy Easter, Lynn. Bye, Linda. Susan, happy Easter. Say hi to Steve, Lisa, everybody. Oh, Judy, I have them almost finished, finally. I worked on them all morning. I know. I don't know why it took so long, but it just was tedious, that's all. See you, Glenda. Say hi to Pete and your family. Have a good Easter. Melody, I saw your email. And I'm just checking to make sure, because we were live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, just making sure I just, oh, absolutely, Donna. You can download the patterns and just print them yourself. Or if you have a store that's open, you can have them print it for you too. Yep. So for a while, the next patterns coming out are all going to be digital at this point. But the good news is, Fashion Sewing Club members, you are going to be part of a lot of these sew-alongs for no extra charge as part of your club. So just an extra bonus. Oh, thanks, Delia. She said she loves the lives. I love your name. Very cool. All right, guys. That's it for the day. Wolfpack, have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. See you later. Happy Easter.